You're right, though, Kathy, Greg. You're absolutely right. You can do it all.
Okay, so here we are. We're back. We had to change the video out. All right, what we have here now, we have a completed, cleaned accumulator. These are accumulators come out of Rolls-Royce. And now this is the accumulator kit package. You have to order these from a special company, and they send us all of the stuff. So we're going to set this aside. We're going to move this out. We won't need that right now. We'll show you exactly. These kits are the rebuild kits for Rolls-Royce. These are the authentic replacements. We're going to go ahead and put these out of here. And this is what we have right here. All right. The contents of this kit have been modified to include 2 nylon balls instead of the 1 and the 1 steel ball. This is because the nylon ball provides superior sealing and thus greater longevity in the regassed accumulator. Okay, so we have the outer O-ring. We have the inner O-ring. We have the 2 balls. These 2 balls are going to be used in the process of putting it back together.
What you're telling us is these accumulators have balls.
Yeah, the accumulator here has balls. That's right. That is correct. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, I'm going to get this off here. Got to check something here. Let me see. I have another one. This would be the one we're going to use here. So we're going to put. Yeah, this is for the other style. But for right now, we're going to put this back. So we're going to use this one. Put that back in there. Stick that over there. All right, this is the one we're going to use. All right. This is your diaphragm. Here's the O-rings. There, that's what we want right there. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to put the valve back in here. There's a valve. Yep. This is the valve where you charge it for the 1200 psi of nitrogen. All right, so we're going to
charge those up when you send them.
Yeah, I have the 1200. That's right. I have the nitrogen charger right here. We're going to hit that with 1200 psi when we're done with this. So what we do is we're going to take this. This is the new style valve. This is a new style. It's not the old ball style. So that goes down in there just like that. Sits down in there. We then put the spring in there. And then we have the end cap. This is the cap. This is what holds it down in there. So we're going to put that down in there.
That's pretty cool. How many people in the country do you think are able to do this?
That I don't know.
Not many, I would have.
No.
All these cars sitting around, these old. Yeah. Now, what would you say is the average age? 70s and 80s or earlier?
60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually gonna.
Joanne, Kent, what's happening? This is a real treat.
You're gonna run this one.
Building cars or.
Yeah, if you know anything about Rolls-Royce, you better know all about this because eventually you're going to be doing this at some particular point in time.
Right. That's exactly right. And they all eventually fail, right?
Oh yeah, they all run out of gas.
So just to make sure I'm on the right page here, these things break down. They're on all 4 corners of the car.
There's 2 of these. There's 2 of these. One handles the suspension. One handles the brakes.
Okay.
And now these are special. These are special Imperial True Arcs. These are the extremely small. You see that extremely small the teeth on there?
Yep.
It's extremely small to handle this. It's made for this because it's such a small unit. I got to get this down in here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little difficult to
So
film it.
when we advance a little bit, I want to ask you how you got. I know you have the Rolls Royce.
And it also does the Bentley.
It does a Bentley too. Okay. Wow. Pretty cool. I'm of the opinion that this is a dying art.
Yes. Then most Bremen, they would probably subcontract this out somewhere, so they're not going to be doing it.
Interesting. Dwayne, how you doing? This is how it goes, Dwayne. Dwayne, I owe you a phone call, and you'll be getting it the next day or 2.
Where's the screwdriver? Do I have a little screwdriver here? Here's this. See, this is the hardest part, to get this down in there without trying to keep it on the... There we go.
Got it?
Mm-hmm. Now we want to make sure that O-ring, that ring, is in that hole, because if it's not, it's going to fly out.
Marty Hayes is on. Ahead of him.
I'm going to hold this up.
So I want to take this opportunity to just point out a couple of things here. Earlier in the week, Eddy did a nunchuck little film. We did it. We drove against the wall over there. Never seen anybody go that fast with the nunchucks. And today he's rebuilding a brake accumulator for a early 60s or 70s or 80s Royce. So I guess my point would be that
there it is. Now I want you to look down in there. You see that little C-clip has to be in that groove,
okay,
so that it'll hold the spring and the valve down in there. If it wasn't in the groove, when you go to pump it up, it's going to blow right out of there. It'll blow it right out. So now it's not going to blow out. There's the piece of it. After we charge it, we're going to take one of the nylon balls, crush it down in there, so it's a secondary sealer.
I got you.
So you see that? Now we're going to, we verify twice that is in fact in that groove that's sitting down in there, which it is.
I just had a thought. Dwayne, can you imagine Eddy at Hershey with a booth set up for the whole week, just rebuilding
brake accumulators for Rolls-Royce.
Right, from all over the country. And you could set up a station. Oh my God, you could probably make a little fortune.
Yeah, we'd be doing a lot there, I can tell you that.
Then
Okay, so right, then you have to bring everything back.
It would be a chore. It's better to have them send them right down here to the shop.
Yeah, have them send them here, because I need to use, take a look at what I'm using here. I'm using Matco's. I got the big 4-foot extendable ratchet. Yeah, I have the snap-on. This is a snap-on. Watch yourself. 600 PSI. This will handle 600 pounds of torque. Yeah. That's a torque wrench. That's a 4-foot torque wrench that'll go to 600 pounds, because we have to clamp this down to 300 pounds.
So what we do is we clamp it over here on the because we don't have a viable vise.
No, you can't have a vise. I made that. I had that custom made.
Perfect.
And you're not going to move the van.
That's right.
But if I have to put a 10-foot bar to snap this thing open, then you're not going to flip the van in any way, shape, or form.
There's really nothing else you can anchor to. The benches aren't big enough.
Right. Nothing.
Nothing is, So, well, that was a smart move.
All right, so we put the diaphragm in. The diaphragm goes in there just like that. Yeah. That's the rubber diaphragm. Right. This was the old one. This is where this one failed. Yeah. You see this? Look how that failed right there. They actually split right through.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that diaphragm is shot. You can see where it came through. That's trash, yeah. That could just get thrown out. So we don't need that.
I take it that they wear out after a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got 1,200 PSI of pressure in there, and then the heat. Yep. The heat being caused in there. Yep. That's why you have to use RR363 Castrol brake fluid, because it's got a higher flash point. Anything lower than that, it'll just start boiling in here, and you'll have a disaster. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the two together, just like that, and we're going to put the ring on it.
Okay, so all the bearings.
Everything is done. All of it's done in here.
Now you're just gonna
now what we got to do is just get this and screw it down on here as such. Now we need to put this back in the fixture, because we got to crank this down to 300 pounds of pressure.
This is like tool time.
Right. And now we also have to put it back in here, because if you turn this, you're going to twist this, and then you're going to screw it up, because you're going to spin that diaphragm between the two pieces of metal, and then you're going to smear it. And you don't want to smear it. So, all right, so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to turn mine off for a moment. I'm going to get it into that mount so that we can get this thing torqued up.